Alright, so in today's video I'll be breaking down exactly step by step how I would take any Meta ad account spending €100 a day right now and scale it up to €1,000 a day profitably within 30 days. So without further ado, let's get right into the video.
As you can see here, I've put up my drawing board, spending €100 a day and scaling it up profitably to €1,000 a day within 30 days. I've applied this framework multiple times in the last 19 days, as you can see over here, and it has brought our agency a lot of success. So right before we start, I want to emphasize on one thing, and that's obviously your product and your offer. Okay, there should be a product market fit. And what I mean by that is if you're currently selling on marketplaces or Shopify or Etsy or whatever it is, just anything, if it's clear that there is a demand for your product and it's selling, no matter the scale, this could be 10K a month, this could be 25K a month, this could even be 35K a month, but you can't really scale past that point, then this applies to you. Why I want to say that before we dive into it is because of the fact that if your product and offer is not properly set up yet, then it does apply to you, but this is not that relevant because you wouldn't be spending €100 a day testing a product that you don't even know if it will sell. So basically what's very important with your product offer is the fact that, like I said, if it's selling through marketplaces or whatever, then there's a product market fit. And I refuse to believe, and I tell this to all of our clients, I refuse to believe that if you have a product market fit, that there's not a way that you can spend, that's why I made this whole guide, $30,000 a month on ads profitably. It's only a matter of finding the right angle, and hopefully this guide will help you with that. What I see with offers that's working the best for us is either you would expect a big discount. That's not really the case. What I would say is the best way to do this is 1+1 for free. It feels to the client, instead of having a big discount every day, it makes it more appealing to the client because they get more, the perceived value is higher, even though if you structure it properly with your pricing, even though your margins are still very good. So that's a very good offer I would run with. Besides that, I would say that if your product pricing is high enough, so let's say 50 or 60 euros, then I would say that adding a free gift for that could be 35 euros, doesn't matter as long as if it's a gift that's to you is very low in product cost, that's very important. If it's very low in product cost, but the demand or the perceived value of the product is very high, then that's a very good free gift to give.
And what's also very important with your product and your offer, and that's why I'm very strict or very pushing on this free gift or having a good offer, is that you have to optimize for the first sale. Nobody cares about your brand giving away a lot of discount. It won't hurt your brand. People won't care in the way that you think they might care.
Okay, so the campaign structure. What's very important is what I see going wrong is that brand owners test like interest targeting or just Advantage Plus, which is also horrible, which I really want to tell you now. This won't be anything regarding Advantage Plus because I don't have anything against Advantage Plus. Obviously, for some brands and for some of our ad account, it also works great, but it's not something, as you can see me writing down, it's all about CBO, single ad set. And whether your market is the Netherlands or it's New Zealand or it's US, this is the best way to test any product out there. Anything. This is right now, as we speak, January 2025, it's been for years now, is still the best way to go. So that's something I want to stand by, CBO, single ad set. And what should be in this CBO, so we have single ad set, then we have broad targeting. So no targeting, no fancy with the Advantage Plus and turning that off and switching to original audience, what you hear in a lot of these guides. No, just Advantage Plus, audience, broad, no suggestions, no women, no. For now, if you're spending €100 a day, you have product market fit, like I explained, then stick with this. So we have broad, my handwriting is phenomenal, but whatever. So CBO, single ad set, broad, Advantage Plus, audience. Not Advantage Plus, campaign, but Advantage Plus audience. That's totally fine. And what we do, and that's kind of the most important thing here, is how we're able to scale so fast is statics. And maybe you've heard me saying this before, but the best statics out there, and I'm gonna show them in the screen as well, try to edit them in, but what's the easiest way for your statics kind of to look like, especially in this first CBO single ad set broad, is 4 different concepts. And what I mean by that is concepts could be something like offer sale. Obviously, I'm going to edit a example in this video so you have a better understanding. Offer sale. Because obviously you have, like I said in the beginning, you have a good offer now. So that should be clear to the people. Like you have offer, but what's very important is that not everyone, depending on your product, but not everyone will buy your product or will click your ad because of your offer. They will not be like, oh, I'm only going to click this because it's 1+1 or I get this for free. There's an audience within that broad advantage, that big pool of people. There is a specific pool in those people that would click only because of the offer of the sale, but you also have people that would click maybe because of article and news ads. My handwriting is terrible. Article, news ads, article, news. Then we have, so that's something. So I would, like I said, put a example in this video, but that's also a very good angle, and I will explain later on why that is also very fitting for this one. Then we have feature callout, feature whatever. It doesn't matter. The message is the most. So we have feature callout, offer sale, article, news, and what I would, depending on your niche, it could be before after. That's great for skincare. But what I would say in this case is, because I always prefer 4 different concepts within the first single ad set CBO. So we have offer sale, article, news, feature, and I would say that a good one as well is either, so I'm gonna write this down, us versus them. Always does great, especially if you have which is most products, problem solving product, then us versus them is very good. Or, let me write it down, feature callout, us versus them, and we have, that's kind of a bonus one, is, let me think, what's a good one? I kind of lost my thought over there, but also another good one is native. So native could be anything like Notes, Apple Notes, you might be familiar with those, or just regular notification, and then it looks like an iPhone screen, and then the notifications are something like, oh my god, this offer is so great. It's kind of like a combination, like a hybrid of your offers. That's why I've written it down as the 5th option, because it blends together with another concept. But these 4, so us versus them, feature callout, article, news, offer, sale, are completely separate from each other. You should treat them as separate, because that's the second part. These primary text, what I always do is the first one is the opening question. So especially with which are 99% of the products, problem solving, the opening should be something like, if you the issue of you address the issue that they're facing without having the product. So for example, I don't know, your feet could hurt and these shoes solve that. So that's something. So hey, not that corny, but be more creative. Try with ChatGPT or whatever, but be like, okay, so that's the question, open question, and then you say, we got you covered. That's literally what you say. Those 2 sentences, so it's open question, we got you, whatever. So it's open question, that's the first one. The second one, and okay, wait, this is also very important. So you have the open question, then you have the we got you covered, and then after that it's 3 USPs, but you explain them. And what I mean by explaining the USPs is not with these classic dropship ad copies that you're familiar with like the green thingy, and then it's like it waterproof, and then another, and then another, and then free shipping, whatever. Don't do that. Really focus on if they're in pain without your product, then break down 3 specific pain related USPs on what this exact shoe in this example would solve. So you can kind of have 3 variations of this. So open question, we got you covered, 3 USPs. I would advise you to have 1 long form, so like very maybe like a long question, and then we got you covered, and 3 long USPs really explaining it. And then below that, and that's something I want to cover here, is that you sell the dream here. So they've read everything, they've read the 3 USPs. Oh, it solves this pain, and it would make me more beautiful and my knees wouldn't hurt anymore, etc., etc. And then you close it off. So it's like say goodbye to your knee pain or your whatever it is, your jaw pain, maybe something, you have a product that solves a problem with people's jaw. So that's kind of selling the outcome, selling the dream. So you say goodbye to your knee pain with this shoe, and this is like this extra sauce, but pay later with Klarna. That's also like a very just easy if you have Klarna. Otherwise, come up with something creative. Pay later, pay with Klarna. Pay with Klarna. So that's kind of it for the kind of campaign structure, the testing structure. What I would advise you to do, and like I said in the beginning, this is a guide for 100 euros a day. I would strongly advise you, let's say in this example with shoes, the shoes cost 70 euros. So we have around 30% profit margin, which means we can spend maximum, preferably less, but we can spend a maximum of 20 euros, 25 euros per conversion. Then there's enough profit still after the ads, everything off. So the cost of goods, everything is deducted. Then you still have enough left. And then it's very important that you align, like, so let's say your pixel is warmed up, your ad account is warmed up. So if this isn't the case, then obviously this doesn't count for you. If your ad account is warmed up, then I would advise you to spend 7 times your daily CPA. Because what will happen is, you might know this already, but the learning phase in Meta, even though I've dismissed it for years, the learning phase in Meta is still very important. And if you align your budget with getting out of the learning phase, so in this case, if you hit 7 conversions on a daily basis, you do that times 7, that's the whole learning phase, that's the whole point. You reach 50 conversions within the given attribution window, which is 7 days. And if you hit that, if you align your budget from the start, then Facebook, usually it's going to pay. All right, so now that we covered the whole testing strategy and the campaign structure of the testing strategy, the next part is scaling. And what's very important in scaling in this case is that as soon as you've launched this, so let's say you've launched a CBO, single ad set, broad, with offer, sale, article, news, feature, call out, and us versus them static, then it's very important that after, let's say 24, 48 hours, you will see which static performs best. And what we did by then is we took the offer sale, for example, in this case, offer sale works great. We make 4 iterations on that, and we introduced 2 to 3 new concepts. And what you do there is, so you make 4 new statics for a whole new campaign, focusing on the offer sale. So you make like new colors, iterations. You should know by now what iterations are. So you have this new campaign with only offer and sale statics. And then besides that, you have your running campaign, which you should leave running. But then you already have 200 euros or maybe 250 euros a day in spend. So it's already going fast. So then you have that, and then you let that run for the next few days. And then you're about a week in, you should be getting conversions now. And then the whole point, you keep on launching new statics. So every 48 to 72 hours, you focus on launching new statics. And I would advise, like I just said, 4 iterations of a winning concept, and keep bringing in new concepts. I'll be in the description or wherever, I will be listing out a whole lot of different concepts for statics. There's a bunch out there, but that's very important. So again, to bring this point home, you have 4 static concepts every 48 hours, and you iterate on a winning static concept with 4 new static concepts, or not new, but you iterate. That's the whole point here. And then you have 250, and within a week you could be, if you do it properly and obviously it's working, you could easily be already at like 350, 400. And then to kind of also focus on your running campaigns, what you do with your running campaigns is you up the budget every 24, 48 hours, depending on the performance, with 20%. That's it. Don't be too greedy. Don't try to surf scale. As a bonus, I would like to explain how surf scaling works. I'll be covering that later on in this video, but that's very important. As part of the video, surf scaling, my camera is almost out of battery, so I'm gonna cover this real quick. But surf scaling, what you should do in this case, if your campaigns, as I just explained, are running properly, they're getting good ROAS, profitable, good, you 20%, you're focused on that, good, keep launching those new statics. For surf scaling, what you should do if you want to surf scale like on a Sunday or whatever day it is, because any day could be great, but Sundays are usually the best. Surf scaling basically means you aggressively scale the budget, which could be like 250, you take it up to 7 or 10 or even 15 grand. Like it could be very high. What I do, very put simply, is I have a dedicated campaign. So don't sacrifice your other campaigns. Dedicated campaign with winning ads that have been running for a while, that have gotten spent, that are doing great, or you put them into the dedicated surf scaling campaign, check in every 2 hours, start the day with 150 or 200 euros a day, and every 2 hours, 4x the budget. Very, very easy. So important, if you go past, I would say after 3 grand, what's very important is Facebook will start spending aggressively. Keep an eye on your, especially obviously your Shopify dashboard, but also your CPCs. See if they don't decrease, or not decrease, increase. If they don't increase aggressively, if they stabilize. If they do, which is mostly the case, but if they heavily increase and your conversion rate on your website stays the same, scale it back. So you kind of have to, that's why it's called surf scaling. You kind of glide the wave, you surf on it, and you see that you hit the sweet spot. So that could be, it's very close into the ads manager, watching every single, I would say 10 minutes, watch the live visitors, see if the conversion rate on the website stays the same.
Thank you for watching the video. Down in the description, I left a Google Doc with everything we've covered in this video. So if you want to check that out, go into the description, and I see you guys in the next video.